Hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you for joining us for our weather outlook for the weekend and across next week. And we've got this subtropical storm, which is going to be parked near northern New Zealand, bringing strong winds, gales to some areas, and even some wet weather into the places that do need it the most. It may not be a huge amount, but it's some. And other parts of New Zealand are about to get a colder change, even though the polar blast itself is a little bit off the map. We will explain it all. Let's kick off with the animated wind map, and here is the developing low between New Caledonia and Fiji. It is dropping southwards, and by Saturday it'll be lying just to the north of New Zealand, where it will sit right through until Thursday of next week. And it's going to get pretty stormy out at sea, but this incoming high from Australia is about to track over the South Island, and that will stop that low from tracking too far down into New Zealand. So it is quite an interesting setup as we go into the weekend. We kick off with rain over on the western side of the South Island for Friday. This is the one-day rainfall totals showing in pink, 50-60 millimetres for you. And in Southland, some rain this morning. Some of you will get up to 20 millimetres, but for the most part, it's around 5 to 10 coming into Southland, and a few millimetres as that system moves northwards. Here is Saturday, and there's the low, not hard to miss. So it's dropping southwards, and it's lying just to the north of the North Island, but in comes this big strong high, and it's getting more powerful as it rolls into the South Island. So this high is really the guiding feature for the low. If the high shrinks a little bit, or if the high goes a little bit further southwards, it allows the stormy weather around the centre of that low to come into populated places like Auckland. But that is not currently the forecast. The forecast is for the high to stand strong and stop that system from getting too much closer. Saturday's a day where the winds start to pick up and the clouds thicken. Over here in Australia, you're caught up in the same southeasterly airflow. Showers all the way from the top of Queensland right down to around about the New South Wales border. So you'll be seeing plenty of showers and those cooler southeast winds coming in for you across Australia. As we get to Sunday, that low is getting closer to the North Island, but about as close as it will get. Like I just said before, this high is the feature that's going to control that low. If the high stays closer to Australia or shrinks a little bit, contracts in size, that will allow the stormy weather you can see just offshore to move inland. So that's why we're saying this is definitely one to monitor. But the modeling's been pretty consistent that the high pressure system will be strong and will keep that low parked exactly where it is, which means damaging winds are just offshore, but could come into East Cape, Coromandel, Great Barrier Island, and also the eastern side of Northland. You've got showers, but a bit of rain may be setting into East Cape. Showers for most other places, even a couple of showers down into Dry Hawke's Bay. Let's get into the swells. As this low gets deeper, the seas get more dangerous. Now, surfers love the sound of that, but for everybody else, it's one of those times where you say, don't go into the water, don't swim, don't take the boat out. These swells are just getting going on Sunday, so Saturday may not be that bad, but on Sunday, you've got gale force winds, and the swells out at sea here are getting up over 8 metres, and they'll get up to 10 metres at some point. That's very big for this side of the country, so keep a close eye on that as those swells remain just offshore. Dangerous rips as well, and the odd rogue wave that goes up and beyond where you normally expect, so stay off the rocks, all that kind of advice as those swells peak starting Sunday and going right through next week. We've also got some rain, as I just mentioned. This is the one-day total on Sunday, showing a bit of rain here south of Ruatoria, around about 30-35 millimetres, and further up here around Whangarei and the Bay of Islands, a similar amount. But elsewhere, those rainfall totals in this zone, pretty low. Just a few showers, drizzle patches, nothing too much in there, or some light spits of rain. Next week, no great change. Monday, there is the storm. This high is a little bit stronger. It has gone a little bit further south, but it's grown in size at the same time. So it's holding that low pretty much in the same place. Although the southeast isobars do slide down a little bit further across the country, and you'll get some showers coming even into Canterbury for a time, and it will be colder. This southerly here, we were talking about that polar change the other day. Well, the high, the shape of the high, means that the polar weather down off the screen, then it comes up and in as a southeasterly. So it will be colder than you think on Monday as that southeast wind comes in from south of New Zealand. Now, as we go through next week, no great changes. On Tuesday, the storm's still there, the high is still there. There's another storm actually just south of Aussie, but that's not going to do too much other than big, strong northerly winds coming in from Adelaide to Melbourne, down over to Hobart. By the middle of next week, that storm still to the north of us on Wednesday, the big high pressure system now transferring from the Tasman Sea out to the Pacific Ocean. It'll be right over the top of the Chatham Islands. But those easterlies and southeasterlies, they continue on with a few showers. And there's a southerly change now coming into the southeastern corner of Aussie. And our final map for next Thursday, it shows that low still there. Now the high has gone further out to the east, so it's an interesting setup. Northeast winds coming back in and some rain clouds again for Hawke's Bay. That is very, very good news. We hope it stays this way. By the end of next week, this system will be falling out to the east of New Zealand, and there'll be another southerly coming in. That could actually bring in more rain to Hawke's Bay. It's not 100% locked in, but it is possible that that low could end up east of the North Island round about a week and a half from now. Am I getting that right? Yeah, about a week and a half from now, or a week even from now. So we'll keep a close eye on that. But that storm is going to be dominating northern New Zealand right through next week. So do keep up to date with the forecast. They might change. For many places, it may not be that bad. It'll be a little bit breezy, quite dry, but it's so close where it could suddenly turn. That's why we're trying to put a bit more of a focus on it. That is all from me. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.